doesn't exist. They just lie about it over and over and over again.
What do you expect them to do?
I'm grateful to what these atheists do on a daily basis here on Clubhouse and other social media platforms, because their actions reveal the truths that are abundantly made evident in Scripture. That they do continually suppress the truth and unrighteousness, and they do continue to wage war against the God they know. That their worldview is untenable for any baseline of any claim that they make. They'll say over and over again, well, why do I need an ultimate? Why do I need an ultimate? They'll try to deny, in certain instances, that an ultimate is required, but on the other side of their mouth, when they try to take God out the picture, then they have no problem acknowledging, whether they identify it or not, they don't have any problem acknowledging some sort of ultimate. As long as it's not the God of the Bible or some other God that conflicts with their ways of living or something like that, they'll acknowledge an ultimate instantly. It's not about whether it's an ultimate or not in their view. It's about what the ultimate is. If the ultimate is convicting how they live in such a way, then of course they care. Of course they are going to acknowledge that this ultimate has real significance. They know that given the God of the Bible as he's revealed himself, there are drastic and eternal implications of his existence. They understand this. So they try to engage in these smoke and mirrors. They'll try to say, well, who cares about an ultimate? Why is that necessary? But that's just a form of lying, because that's not their real contention. The real contention is not the acknowledgement of an ultimate. Their real contention is a specified kind of an ultimate. If there is a specific kind of ultimate that is convicting them and calling them out for their wickedness and their sinfulness, that's an ultimate that they wish desperately to not exist. We got some sort of neutral ultimacy, like some impersonal starting point, or some deistic ultimate that cared nothing about human affairs. They couldn't care less if something like that was the ultimate, because it wouldn't impact their lives in any meaningful way whatsoever. They wouldn't care about that. So they once again have to lie through their teeth when they talk about, well, who needs an ultimate? Well, you acknowledge one either explicitly or implicitly. You just don't want it to be the God of the Bible. So they're trying to constantly escape the simple truth that they know is knocking on their door each day that passes. They know their time is running out, and they know they're going to face judgment soon. So in this life, they're going to employ a bunch of ploys in order to condition them to suppress that truth. This is what this is about. This is not an intellectual exercise. This is a spiritual battle. Dr. Yang, did you have a question for us?
Oh yeah, hi Tom, I'm Matt, Leia, everyone in the room. Yeah, this day the everyone's called a line. Hey,
Boring. What these lot are up to. Wonder what they're plotting.
What? You had some background noise. Isn't John Lee pretty garbage at poker?
I mean, he seems to get faulted a lot, but I wouldn't really know.
Darth?
Hmm?
You know how atheist rumors are, right?
What?
Well, how are they? How are atheist rumors? Tell us. Teach us, oh great John Lee.
Poker, about your poker ability? I don't really care. I mean, just asking a question. What's an atheist rumor?
And what John means is by atheist is professing atheist. Because of course he doesn't believe actual atheists exist.
Shouldn't John take that away? Like, but look at his bio. It's like the same thing from like when he joined a year ago. Like recently, I enjoy talking to Muslims on social media while traveling with my wife.
Yeah, this is all outdated stuff.
But this is just the same phenomenon as him not upgrading his phone or buying a new headset or anything.
It's all expected, right, under the theory, right, John?
It's consistent with belief in God.
You know, so Jack, later on, he started using consistent the other way. In fact, didn't he try to say what he meant by consistent, which was kind of correlation?
Not this again.
It was hilarious. It was, well, it's less funny now. It's more sad.
John Lee suffers from BTFO desensitization syndrome.
I can see that.
He doesn't feel the BTFO.
You know when you drink water and it's like a little bit metallic-y and like it's sort of disgusting and you sort of prefer water that's like more clear? I think I like clear water better. Am I right, guys? Like fresh water tastes pretty good. Like Fiji is the best, of course, right?
You ever had smart water?
Sounds pretty dumb to me.
It's not that smart.
What's in it?
It's got some sort of something.
Smart juice.
Smart juice.
Makes it alkaline. But anyway, the point is, it tastes. To me, it tastes really good but that might be because I like that slightly metallic mineral taste. Try it.
Well, there's a certain felsic quality that you get with Fiji that's not really commensurable in virtue of any other H2O flavorings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about H2O?
Yeah, forget.
H2O.
You said water.
My God.
You said water. I was confused, I guess.
Only sometimes.
San Pellegrino's the best.
How about LaCroix? I like a LaCroix.
See, LaCroix is our local.
Perrier is also good.
LaCroix.
Fuck out of here with that bourgeois water. Fucking
Boy?
Wait, Jack.
Oh, that's God's country.
Wait, Jack. Pronounce Perrier.
See even here.
Perrier? What do you mean?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
Right.
Sean?
I know what you're talking about. Just tastes like water.
It's flavored water. It's
I
got
was
lemon.
talking to some Muslims earlier.
Oh, so you're talking about the flavoring?
Like, what sort of flavoring?
So you got lemon, lime, key lime, tangerine, cranberry. I think they've got a pear. You name it.
Mm.
And you know the good
LaCroix?
news? No, LaCroix.
Oh, I know LaCroix. Yeah, coconut LaCroix.
Ooh.
Mm.
And because
What's
they're
that?
little cans, it doesn't go flat.
That's right. But you don't drink it out of a can, do you?
I think sometimes. Why not?
Ugh. That's,
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that
but you have any glasses?
offend your sensibilities there, JJ?
Sensibilities. Offends my sensibilities, yeah. You must have glasses.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you just want to
Drinking glasses.
drink it out the can.
Yeah, they're
Don't you have any drinking glasses?
Yes, JJ, I have drinking.
reading glasses and drinking glasses.
I mean,
Wow, Altoid.
some sipping straws, maybe?
Is that some dig about my age?
Oh, snap.
AD, I just can't believe you could do that.
I need to get some reading glasses. It's on my list.
Left to right, dummy.
Fucking terrible.
I think that male.
The way I think of
Space-time. The space-time continuum.
best and is, cooked perfectly. He's like, you'd want to eat that, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, but would you want it if I was trying to like shove it down your throat? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's the same way with truth. He's like, we have to speak it in love. We have to let people, we have to let people like eat at it, I guess, at their own pace. You can't just force it down their throat, right?
Yeah, that definitely. I agree definitely, totally with that analogy. You've got
God, a true dichotomy. You gotta make sense of facts in a world without God. How do you do that? You require proof. You require proof of the God world, but when you start getting pressed about the not God world or a world without God, then you don't want to provide proof for it. So you just elicit a double standard. You just prove yourself to be yet another dishonest person, which is another form of lying, because your standard is you require a burden of proof. But when it comes to the world that you believe in, you don't. So you have to contradict your own standard, which means you lied about your standard. Because if you required it for all worlds, you would be consistent. But if you don't, then you violate your own standard, which means you're being deceptive with it, which is another kind of lying. So they have to employ so many lies and so many stupid lines of deception because they don't want to admit the truth. People can get on Darth all they want to about the fact that he may at certain times take it too far, or he may have little to no patience in any given moment. But I'd say on 99 times out of 100, he's spot on when he's calling these people out for the liars that they are. Even if he has certain character flaws like we all have, the vast majority of the time he's right to call out these people for the liars that they are. That's the real reason they can't stand the guy. But it's even deeper than that, though, because long before anyone like Darth Dawkins or any other Christians on here expose these people, the Word of God has already exposed these people. And then we simply lay out the Word of God for what it is, and dare revile to death about it. It's the Word that convicts and exposes their deceptions and their lies. Never mind Darth, the Word has already done that in abundance. That's what that's what God's Word does. It convicts. It calls us to repentance. And either someone is going to become more hardened towards it, or someone is going to be receptive towards it and be regenerated by it. There is no middle ground. Jay Alexis, what's up? No one can hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I just had a quick question. Sorry for all the background noise. I was wondering, have you ever wondered or thought or anything, have you ever wondered, if there's anything that would change your mind about God? Like, if there's anything that could, disprove or change your mind, make you think differently? Is there any fact that could be introduced to you, or a certain evidence that you haven't found or ever seen that would change your mind?
That's a good question. The answer is nope.
Okay, thank you.
You see how easy that is? When you're standing on the truth, you can answer simply and cogently. You don't have to lie about nothing. Not difficult. I didn't have to dance around it. Didn't have to give an elaborate story. No nothing. Just say no. He didn't even want to follow that with further questions. He just said, okay, and then took off. I just found how interesting he did that so quick. I was hoping he'd follow up with more questions as to why, but he just said, okay, thank you, bye. The fact that he left so quick was more surprising to me than him asking the question.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm being transparent about it, though. And that's all we're asking these atheists to do. Stop lying. Be transparent about their unbelief. And they don't want to do that. I was at least hoping that he would ask me why. No, didn't do that.
Well, for those in the room, do you want to say why?
Well, when it's so obvious that the truth has been shown and it's been clearly declared, how could there be anything that can possibly change one's mind? It's so abundantly clear that 1 + 1 = 2. How can anyone's mind change about that simple fact? There are certain truths that get presented to people in which there's no way to change their mind about. It's like someone trying to have their mind changed about, the idea that they exist. Well, can you change your mind about that? Is there anything that can cause you to doubt your existence? If I say no, how is that an unreasonable answer? How's that an irrational answer? Because they believe there's certain fundamental things about their experience that they cannot be convinced out of or change their mind about. I'm just being straightforward with one of them. If you invoke a principle that one should be willing to change their mind, what about that principle? Are you willing to change your mind about that very principle itself? Because the principle is one should be willing to change their mind if the facts present otherwise, contrary to what they believe. One should be willing to change their mind. But that right there is a principle. Are they willing to change their mind about that? Are they willing to adopt a change in that principle? Because if they're willing to change their mind about everything, then they'll have to be willing to change their mind about that principle. If they're not willing to change their mind about everything, then there are at least some things that they cannot be convinced out of. At least some things that they don't want to change their mind about. I put forth something that I'm not willing to change my mind about, something that I cannot be convinced out of. And they have at least one thing like that in their scheme too, that they cannot be convinced out of. If we probe them long enough, you can find one thing to every person that they cannot be convinced out of unless they're a total skeptic about everything. But even being a total skeptic about everything is self-destructive because you would also have to be a skeptic about skepticism too. So unless they employ a self-destructive philosophy, there's going to be at least one thing that they know they can't be convinced out of. The idea is the very thing that you stand on that you can't be convinced out of, is it based on the truth? And can you show that it's based on the truth? I think that's the real important question. Like, how am I going to show you what is the truth by standing on a non-truth? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, you're back, Jay Alexis. Let me ask you a question, Jay. Do you believe that you can change your mind on literally anything at all, period? It doesn't matter what it is that you think of, you can change your mind on it, no matter what, potentially. Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me, Jay? Can anyone else in here hear me?
I can hear you. He's muted.
Okay. If you're listening to this, Jay, come on microphone. While we wait for him to come on microphone, I do think it's important, so don't get me wrong here. I do think it's important that certain things you'd be open to changing your mind on. Like as Christians, we have to be open to changing our mind about certain interpretations of Scripture. Things which we may argue for or argue about in terms of all the offer, the non-essentials. Perhaps there can be other things that we come across in our experience that may cause us to change our views on certain elements of Scripture. I don't think you can be a dogmatist about everything according to Scripture. Because given our fallible minds, we may employ particular rationales or interpretations that may not necessarily be biblical. And if there's something that clearly and exegetically contradicts that, then we should be willing to have our minds shifted on that and have our thoughts be thought after God. So there are definitely things that I can see we should be willing to have our minds changed about. But that doesn't mean that applies to everything. So Jay, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
If you're trying to talk, man, no one can hear you.
Sorry, it was my headphones. I was just listening. Can you hear me now?
No, not at all. No one can hear you, dude.
How about that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I was trying to ask you a question.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Do you believe that no matter what you think of in life, you can change your mind about it, no matter what it is, potentially?
I don't see why not. I figure that in front of the right evidence, that any previously held belief could be shifted. I think it would have to come down to context, but that would be my assumption.
Okay. Can you change your mind about the law of identity?
Possibly. I'm aware that there are other forms of logic that do reject the law of identity. I couldn't quote them to you, but I do know that there are forms of logic that people do follow. How about this? I could Google them and come back and share what I find.
Okay. So, show me a way to deny the law of identity with any particular known law.
Okay, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, and I'll share that with you. I'll do my best to, articulate my interpretation and understanding of what I find, rather than just read you what's on the internet.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, huh?
All right. It'll be interesting to see what he can show us.
Right. Yeah. So if I hear you correctly, you haven't watched it because it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know what the target audience is, really.
Yeah.
I'm a big target.
Well, presumably it's like comic book nerds, right? But I think it's a bit too female centered for them.
Oh, like the comic book?
Yeah. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think... I don't know how popular the comic was. Probably not. It was popular as Spider-Man, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it would lay.
I guess just like fans, Marvel fans, I don't know.
Well, yeah. And expect it would have many more fans than the comic. But I think it's funny. And as a feminist myself, I can relate to it.
Absolutely, you're very female friendly.
That's very true. Although, in this episode, there's even jabs taken on so-called allies or female-friendly men.
Oh, what? They're just trying to like creep on the girl by pretending to be feminist, like that.
Not so explicitly or overtly, but it's at least subtly implied. A half-hour short. It's a comedy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's actually like 20 minutes, isn't it? It's like really.
Well, yeah.
You can watch the new Rings of Power.
No, he loves it.
When's it coming out?
Don't.
I like that. I like that.
You like that?
Where's John Lee go? That's good. Kiko?
That would be funny.
Take a look and see if he's online. Weird.
These are the last 3 people on Earth that would ever be at the forefront of tearing straight.
This is on Hulu or it's on Amazon, right?
Yeah. This is like when you asked a Christian if they'll lie to the Nazis, and like any other circumstance, they would just like do it. You know? Oh no, I wouldn't knowingly sin like that. No. No, sir.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that for $50.
What's your price? He got down 10 times?
Which clause?
About 100.
Can you put a price
100 I
on
would
sin?
consider it.
100 you'd what?
100 I would consider, yes.
How much would someone have to pay you to not be a Christian?
You couldn't pay me enough for that.
Oh, yes, they could. Come on.
$1 billion.
No.
Oh.
How about like
Live for Jesus exceeds more.
how about enough money? How about enough money where you can buy Clubhouse and then you can like turn every room into a spite room? Could that do it?
It would just be a spite clubhouse. The thing is, look, if James believes in hell, it's not really worth
Yeah, but nobody really believes in hell.
Yeah. You can rename it to Spite House.
Oh.
Mountain hours. Awesome.
I'm not a fan of using.
But so J Mike called off the.
Not a fan of it using either.
What does it mean? You deliberate on it, or that you would do it?
I would have to strongly consider it.
You'd have to weigh, considering all the good he could do with that $100 for the world.
You know, I had a friend
he
who
would-
was a little bit self-conscious about the size of his penis.
Too big?
And he started seeing.
Sorry not to tell him about this.
He started seeing this girl. Well, she was a hooker.
Oh.
And he was seeing her all the time, you know, basically paying for her services. So it began to seem like she was just on his payroll.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked saying to him that she was actually paid to think that he has a big penis.
No.
So that's kind of like what it would be like to be paid not to be a Christian, right?
So what poison is coming out with?
Debate looks like he backed out, and so that's not going to happen tomorrow. Looks like so it's his choice. But I guess it'll be later on.
No, that was the joke. The joke was.
Yeah, we're going to specifically talk about Jesse Camping tonight. He's a YouTube also ran, and you know, pretty much he's a cautionary tale to us. He's pretty much, you know, old news for us. But I guess what we're going to try to do is appeal to some of the people who are enabling his bad behavior.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
The people that go to his channel.
Thank you.
The ones that like to cajole with him, you're just making it worse. And
you send me your cat chat.
we're going to show you guys why.
I have to say.
Coming up here, and it's you know, I actually, you know, I might have a little bit of pity for Jesse, but the other ones, I'm the people who like to,
all this time,
you know, have part of his pity party, his passive aggressive antics. It's all a scam, and you're making it worse. So,
someone concerned
for someone that's going through cancer or supposedly going through cancer, he sure finds the time of day to
back channel message
disparage other people.
Go fuck yourself.
He finds time in the day to denigrate people, smear people, and then play the victim when people press back and respond back to him. So he's like put himself in his like a pillbox. It's called pillboxing. YouTube also ran as someone who is a failure. They're a loser, failure.
That makes you sound like
that they trade. They're like bottom feeders, bloodsuckers, parasites. They are people that like to feed on others to lift themselves up. So, after looking at the antics of Jesse for over a year now, he is definitely what we were talking about tonight, an also ran. He really is an also ran. So
that's gonna require a little more popping and locking.
I'm not white knighting for it. I'm just making a.
Wow. For the John Lee, he's actually pretty good at that.
Yeah. He's the expert.
And over the locking.
We're going to go into a few videos that he tried to smear me with, and then.
Right.
Jeez. Invited Danny up. I don't know.
Great. Then we have the pity party from the other people trying to pat him on the back and enable his bad behavior. One of them is Guru Lady. That is disgusting.
Oh, no. Got grad school and work.
Danny, have I ever asked you if you're
How Guru Lady plays team sports on YouTube? That she's so far up Smokey's ass, she can't even see straight. Like, she doesn't even care who it is, or what it is, or what they're claiming, or what it doesn't even matter if it's true or false. She'll just do it in spite because she is a worshiper. She is a sycophant of Smokey Saint. And that is disgusting. And, I seen a comment, she made there, and it just makes it worse for Jesse Camping. We want to I put a video out last night, or was it, I think, one night or 2 nights? I think it was last night, yeah.
Why do you ask?
That we do not want anything to do with you people. We don't like you. You are very unforgiving people. You do not want peace. So there's not much more we can do in our end, but what we can do...
Danny, are you watching She-Hulk?
She-Hulk?
Of course he is.
That's right.
What is that?
Wow, Danny.
Wow. That's a cope.
She-Hulk?
Wow, Danny.
Rampant sexism, frankly.
Oh, no. I've seen the cover for this.
I'm triggered. Honestly.
Don't watch it. Hades says it's garbage.
I watched the House of Dragons, and then also...
Oh, very good. Very good. House of Dragons, really? The House of Dragons?
I think we should.
The House of Dragons. Fuck you, Danny.
And the Rings of Power.
Hey, is that what it's called? Oh, he gets that one right, though. It's Dragon House, right? That's what it is.
Dragon Goose?
Dragon Tales?
Dragon D's not way up the drag.
So, Donnie, do you like House of the Dragon?
Yeah, it feels just like Game of Thrones. I don't know what everyone else's problem is.
I think it's better.
Don't like it? I love it. And you're right, it's just like another season of Game of Thrones, which is exactly what
Right, everyone was expecting something different, and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
mess with perfection. Do you know JJ didn't like Game of Thrones? Can you believe that?
Yeah, I know that, but what is it? I mean, does that really mean anything or matter?
Well, it's just surprising, because it was really good.
Yeah, but JJ's, standards are, enigmatic.
Yeah, basically his standard is, I'll say what's annoying.
Right.
So if everyone loves the show, he like shits on it, and then everyone's like doesn't really like a show, and he's like
It's kind of like a
praising.
kind of moral, or like, yeah, it's kind of like a moral virtue signaling. I feel like you peons enjoy this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
don't you see that there are problems with it? Like, that's what JJ does.
So annoying.
It's a good thing he's on his last legs.
What about Rings of Power? Did you like
It's
that?
okay. What kind of sucks.
It was call you people out when there's nothing else to do and say, if you're a Christian, then let's see your action. Let's see some fruits of that. And, you know, we were thinking, well, maybe Jesse now has enough's enough of Jesse, and maybe he'll stop. But no, he didn't. He keeps on trying to stoke the flames. He keeps on trying to push the narrative of being the victim, and we're the wrong ones. He's the right one. He's, you know, we're the villains, you know. And, well, we're going to actually expose that tonight. We're going to see how he is logically fallacious.
Right, I like praise. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I don't hate the guy, but if you're going to expose others, at least be honest about yourself first. I mean, these three really are the last people on earth that need to be going on about righteousness and holiness.
He doesn't even operate in logical reasoning. Yes, he is a theistic evolutionist, which to me is...
Now, after your conversation with Tom Rabbit, I watched it, I downloaded it. I mean, I knew in the first minute, as soon as I heard his line of questioning, what he was doing. He was leading you up the skanky garden path, and you didn't even get on it, Praise. You just kept answering, and you just kept digging deeper and deeper. You know.
The oxymoron in Christianity. I thought G-Lady was on. I mean, yeah, I thought she was. I didn't appreciate him insinuating that because of him doxing himself that I would do something further. Right. He has no shame. Absolutely no shame at all. I think he loves doing it. He loves playing the character, the role of victim while he attacks others. And so does Gavin. He's a despicable weirdo himself. The hairy little man from New Zealand is no different than Jesse. Maybe actually he's taken on what Jesse camping is. So we're just calling his character out, and we're going to go...
And yet you were close friends with Gavin, what? I'm thinking, at the very least, that I'm aware of anyway, about 2 years, maybe. I'm sure it's longer than that. All of a sudden you've only just realised in your mind that Gavin is despicable. That's interesting.
Through this tonight, and I want the gals to kind of respond to this. And I'm going to give a lesson on logic and rationality concerning his conclusions. So, Roy, let's strike her up here. So first of all, let's do the one. Yeah, so let's look at the title of this one. It's kind of hilarious. See and praise. Like, I was thinking to myself, maybe is the end of him and his ilk. No more cronies of Jesse. They're just going to leave us alone. They're going to, basically mind their own stupid damn business. That's what we thought. But no, they like to stoke the flames. They like to denigrate us and smear. And to me, that should...
Praise never denigrates or demeans anybody. he valiantly calls Gavin Hurleyman having Gurleyman. When he displayed a photograph of Gavin semi-naked, of course there was a Filipino woman there taking the photograph when it was obvious that Gavin was taking the photograph. Or implying that Kenny is a sodomite and fat. And, you know, I'm not white knighting for any of them. I mean, I keep saying that because I know I'm going to be falsely accused of it. I think all I'm doing, in fact I'm confident of it, is pointing out the double standards here. In other words, hypocrisy.
The character of Jesse Camping. So this goes along the lines of,
Oh, praise you, valiant warrior of the Christian faith, you spent 5 hours denigrating Darth Dawkins for what he is. You characterized him valiantly as a mass murdering, bullying, torturing type of chappie. You warrior, you.
what the stream title is, he also ran. He's saying also ran. So let's go into it here, and let's if you guys would just chime in and respond, just let me know.
Chapter 4. I brought my mom home from the hospital because we called the ambulance yesterday. She had a little mini stroke.
Now, for someone who has all these things going on,
do that. If my mother if she, you know, had pooped on herself and you know, and it went to the bathroom or whatever, I'm gonna help her. I mean, I'm not gonna can I just be frustrated and mad? I mean, he just was like so frustrated, so mad, and it was like, what is your mother? And you're up here accusing, talking about my mother and disgusting things, and then you're talking about your mother like that that just disgusts you. I mean, I don't understand it. Which, you know, that's why, I mean, I just want them to leave us alone. But this is what they're doing, okay? We have not done nothing. We don't care about what they are doing. That's the thing. And they just don't want to stay in their own lane and over there. They just want to continue to do this, okay?
Shut up, going on and on and on about it, you disgusting woman. The pair of you. Well, all 3 of you, obviously. But there's 2 women in there.
Just with a comment, you know, that good job by Gavin. I would like to bounce off of you when you're ready. Okay. Yes, now. Okay. It's so funny because they said, they're doing this.
when you push back, he goes and balls up in his little corner's channel. I'm just saying, like, doesn't it really kind of bear out, like, with the 2 type of characters?
Exactly. I need to get Bruce and Wild Eden in here because according to Jesse, it was Sparrow and I that were saying bad things about Jesse to Wild Eden, and we don't even know her email.
Oh,
okay?
gosh.
That was always out in the public. And then I want you to answer this, Praise. Did I ever have StreamYard mods, or did Sparrow ever have StreamYard mods during the time that Gavin was debating Nicholas Proclaimer the Messiah.
Nope. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. This was very valuable, very valuable.
But according to Jesse, he keeps spouting off and told Bruce that Sparrow and I had mods. That's why he wasn't allowed in. And even though that I wasn't even home, right? Because you were talking, I had you talk on my name for me to be nice to Jesse. You remember? You were on my name. I gave you my login. I wasn't even home. And Sparrow is off in your chat, okay, because she didn't even know where the debate was. She got confused. But somehow, some way, we have these magical StreamYard mods, and we're blocking Bruce.
Yeah.
It's enchanted.
That was conspiracy theory.
Right.
He has 100 of them.
Oh, yeah. That's what I don't understand. I was totally shocked that day.
He's mentally not right, or he's just one of those sociopaths, I guess, that it's starting to, like, he's getting older, so it's easier to see. I don't know. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But continuing on.
So that's why I was up so late. And Praise could have texted me and said, look, there's a little problem.
Really? I'm going to text him after he said that your apology means nothing to me? Like, I'm going to text him like I'm buddy-buddy with him? What bubble are you living in, Jesse?
Yeah, for you just to get falsely accused even more praise.
Right, you would use that against me anyway if I did text you, because you would say that's some conspiracy that I did against you there. Why would I text you? You have no track record, actually traction or any type of reputability. But yeah, like, you deserve that, right, Jesse?
There with one of your videos. But he didn't. He decided to make this go public. Praise, you won, okay? You won. You get to go.
I cannot believe this, what I'm saying.
The Pity of the Year award. You know, we'll get the violin out. Where's the violin? We need to find that violin.
Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. You won.
Oh no, I'm going to have to look it up. Hold on, I'm going to find it right now.
I'm sorry, this is so much. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I've only been on, when I was on Discord, you know, what he's doing is insane. I don't understand this.
So here it is, you know, he's doing the soap opera voice. We all know the soap opera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that voice. I mean...
Guys, this is so bad. Okay, here it is. I mean, that's so easy to do that. Like, anyone could do the soap opera voice. But let me just show you, like, this is what we think when we hear Jesse do this. This is what we think, right here. That is so awesome. I love that. Okay. So we're going to go back to his soap opera stream here. The violin.
Whatever that means to you, you've got it. Here's the recommendation from the hospital. It says, you need to have dedicated goals of care discussion for the possibility of clinical deterioration. So Praise, you won't be seeing me anyway.
Well, we've seen you today.
Gosh, we shouldn't even been doing this. Like, what is
that a contradiction?
It is, but though, Praise, okay, you are not his family, okay? You've never met the dude, okay? You guys talked in Discord. You guys were online friends at most, okay? So he's diagnosed with cancer. All of a sudden, everything is now your fault. You're making him sicker. You're doing all these horrible things, even though he's spending his days after being diagnosed with cancer, going on and laughing and mocking, belittling, and then falsely accusing. And as soon as somebody says something bad, oh my gosh, I have cancer. How fucking dare you, you evil bastard, I have cancer. You know, this is no, cancer is not an excuse to go out and treat people this way. That doesn't give you a carte blanche card. It does not. And it does not
people over the head with their cancer anyway. I just don't. That's why I said people with have cancer usually have honor, because what they do, they show humiliation because they know this is their life is going to be shortened. So they have more compassion and love for others because, you know, their time is so much shortened. And not only is Jesse not doing that, he's doing the opposite. He's acting like Smokey Satan. He's just a little Smokey Satan bot right now.
It is, but that's what my uncle did, Praise. That's what he did. In fact, when he got his cancer, he wanted to make sure that he made amends and go do honorable things.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. He had brain cancer, and he was even called. My mom and him were at odds for, was it like 35, 40 years? But
yeah, it was a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that type of stuff is normally what passes through people's minds. I'm so sick of this passive-aggressive stuff.
Yeah, that's right, with my sister, too. I mean, it was nothing, like, she didn't even think of anything like that. I mean, it was just terrible. And she was a good Christian woman, and this does not even make any sense to me, like how he is coming at us, especially you, Praise. I don't get it.
I don't.
And you too, Cheryl.
Yeah, he came at me. I mean, I don't even know him. I mean, I've never talked to him personally. It was always, if there was a conversation, it was on Discord with everybody there. And then out of the blue, I get attacked on our stream about my mother and some very nasty things he said about my elderly mother that is in rehabilitation right now. I mean, and is been very sick. To come in and
we're getting to that. We're not even to that yet. This is just his other crap that he had beforehand. So we're leading up to that one.
Okay.
So let's go on with this here.
I've also left you a comment on this video, Praise. I'm going to read all these just in case. Here's Cheryl saying, oh my gosh, he sure did everything about him.
And why are you Cheryl out of this? Cheryl doesn't want to be in the middle of this. Do you even have enough respect to do that and honor yourself, Jesse? Why do you have to put her in the middle of all this?
Discerner says, is this the Christian thing to do? And my comment says, well, thank you, Praise. You could have texted me since you have my number. You did say that you called me in the previous video. You could have given me that courtesy. But
you could have given me the courtesy to be a Christian. When I apologized to you, you could have said, you know what, Praise, I don't like you, I despise you, but I follow Jesus Christ, and I do forgive you. And just leave me alone now and piss off or whatever, and I would have said, okay, Jesse, have a good life. But no, he had to sit in the Pharisee seat. No, I will not forgive you. Even by his own admission, he's not a Christian because he would have lost his salvation there. You work salvationist heretic. You're such a self-righteous little whore. In the spiritual sense. I mean, he's gonna mischaracterize me that too. Preston, you said I was a whore, man. No, I said you're a spiritual whore. So, suck it up. And I went out of my way to try to reconcile with Jesse and Gavin 2 weeks ago or a week ago? Mm-hmm. And he mocked and slandered. Screw you!
But this is what you chose to do instead. So then I go on and I say, I have taken down the video, and at least I know for sure that you and Cheryl have this information if it goes further. That's probably not a nice thing to say, but...
What's he talking about? Like, Cheryl and you have the video. What video?
He's always the victim. Just remember that. Jesse, remember, we're the ones who is denigrating him and smearing him. But he never does that himself because he's such an upstanding character, or he has an upstanding reputation in the community. Remember, that's Jesse, the all-righteous Christian from Canada. Wow. So just know your place. Just know your place when it comes to Jesse camping.
The lies that come out of his mouth.
It is. It's just like double stand. Like everything that comes out of his mouth is, is a bunch of pretense.
That is true. Then I say, what part of the Bible do you read to be this vindictive?
And his name is Jesse Camping. He's been on your channel a lot, Dave.
Because that's what this is. This isn't about right or wrong. This isn't about old Earth, young Earth.
Oh, of course it is. It's you against SFT. That's what it's all about.
He talked bad about SFT.
In fact, I think he in one of these videos he shows all these texts that SFT did. So you know it's in his crawl, and this is a bunch of malarkey, but he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. In one breath, he's saying, this doesn't have nothing to do with old Earth, but it really does, because he'll put even the SFT stuff in here. What is it in here? I think so. I don't know.
What I don't understand is, where was the vitriol in defending the others that were attacked, right? When he would say that it was wrong when Smokey would attack others in a certain way, but yet he would stay mute. He would stay quiet, but yet he has the balls to speak out for himself. That is not selfless. This is so selfish. It's just like Gavin's video, the one where he made it look like he was a feeble old man that was falling out of the bed and breaking his bones and stuff. And at the very end of the video, Jesse said, "Keep my name out of your mouth," where it was really all about him. That's all that he cares about himself.
Playing dumb and trolling. That's what he does. Yes, it's passive aggressive.
Yes, he's definitely.
Cheryl right through this bogus crap. You know.
Cheryl, I mean, why are you going? I mean, why are you doing this to Cheryl? What do you have to gain to go at Cheryl? You just need to back off.
Really, go take care of your mother. Like, is that what you're supposed to be doing or something?
Right.
I don't know.
And take care of yourself and take care of your mother. Right? Get on here and do these things and just make. I mean, what is this about? I mean, what are you getting out of this?
Go take care of yourself. Like, if there's so many things going on with you.
Yourself. I mean,
it sounds like he's like ready to die.
But not when he came in that night. Oh, goodness.
Yelling at you, telling you to shut up. You
Oh, my gosh.
And he shares the energy to make a video, like, for someone, like, listen how he talks to you guys. It's almost like he's dying within the last hour of his life. Here we go, listen to this.
Because I don't really care. This is about you being vindictive.
This is about you guys being vindictive. It's like, I swear, we're being trolled. We have to be. We are not trolled.
I hope that you watch a video of him yelling at Sparrow and compare the voices. Right.
Oh, yeah, someone with cancer and a mother that's dying. Yeah, really.
Yes. People need to know what if they're going over, that's what he wants, though. He wants attention to be brought to him. But coming at me, I never had anything to do with Jesse. Because, see, Jesse, I knew right off from the beginning in Discord that when he was trying to play Olive against me, or me and her, that right there, I knew. And I was not going to have anything to do with that man. I knew, I felt it, and I didn't. Now, Gavin was different. I did help with the debates and help him and stuff, and talk to him. I will say that, Gavin and I got along. Bill Jesse. That's right. Gavin and I was getting along. And things like that, and then Gavin started changing.
You know what I want to say? I want to say that the bigger man pursues peace. The bigger man is supposed to pursue reconciliation. Remember hearing Gavin saying that? Like, how many times the bigger man, where's the bigger man?
And every time, what the hell is Gavin telling Jesse, why you keeping their receipts?
Why are you making videos?
Yeah,
I know more, Jesse, just turn your cheek. That's his new credo. Turn your cheek now.
You're keeping their receipts.
And good job. I mean, come on, Gavin. You're going to say good job to a video that Jesse made? Wouldn't you be like, who says good job? Like, good job on a video.
Gavin,
come on,
Gavin, this is for you, Gavin.
Don't be a pussy. This is a pussy,
I just said to Dana. Oh, that woman is scary, I'm telling you. Don't be a pussy, Gavin. Stop being a pussy. You coward. Okay, there we go.
About me. You've started this when Smokey left.
See?
All your videos, you raise my name.
Look what he's doing. He's doing the very same thing that he's accusing us of doing.
Can I say this? Remember that when he came back after the Nicholas debate, you know what he said? I'll never forget it. He said, oh, I know why you and Gavin like doing this. It's addicting. Like, he got like a big rush off of it. And I was like, that's what you got out of the whole debate thing? It was a drama. I mean, it was a horrible drama fest. It was not a debate.
That's why Gavin's his new credo, his little saying that he's doing now. Turn your cheek. What do you think? Cheek turning. I don't see no cheek turning. So, we hope they would, because, my video, I put it out there, a message to blah, 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 blank, blank, blank. Their names are there. Leave us out of your stupid, fat mouths. We don't want nothing to do with you. We don't like you. You don't want peace. Piss off. That was the message. If they were real Christians, they would get the message nice and clear. But no, Jesse keeps it going and stokes the flames. He's a
And it's going to be your fault, Grace, and it's going to be your fault.
No, it's not. It's going to be your guy's fault next, too. It's going to be three of our faults.
All three of us. We all do it, you know. Yeah. You know, we are in charge of that. We are, too. I mean, it's not just one of us. It's all three of us.
Amen. So many of them. Right off the get-go. Got a clean house, get rid of Gavin and Jesse Camping and Smokey Saint, and I have no idea why.
Poor Jesse.
Well, you sure is bringing Smokey.
I just didn't want to be part of the condemnation tactics.
Oh, yeah, he's yoked to Smokey. Of course he is.
Yeah, but I mean, all the times he talks about him in Discord. Well, yeah.
It's so childish. They're childish antics, but it's also mixed with hubris, self-righteousness. And that's what, I mean, even if they were stupid idiots that were, you know, mentally thick in the head and stubborn, I would even let that go. But it's the self-righteousness I don't like. You know, that I'm holier than thou, and it's just disgusting. It really is.
You have. I'm going to deal with this comment. You say, I think it's really about SFT. SFT exposes old Earth creationism and conditionalists. Sad.
It truly is sad. It really is.
You put this up.
It's too bad that your conditionalist soteriology has been exposed, and it's sad that your old Earth creationism has been dispelled and exposed. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. So that was a remark that Jesse would make. But that was a joke. That was in jest. I wasn't trying to toot my own horn there.
Under the last video you made of me. I spent a month going...
But no, it really has something to do with SFT because he's really kept that ongoing, you know, what does it call it? Like you keep a bias or whatever the word is. He's kept that. He wants to retaliate against SFT, but he can't because like his base of followers is probably like 30 or 40 or something. Like he put out one video or something, and then like that was his claim to fame or something, and like even that video, like see here it is Hebrews 10, like that's supposed to be his claim to fame. But that's really about it.
Over Hebrews and did a video of a section in it. How you guys can say that I am a conditionalist or a work salvationist or anything after doing that, I don't know.
Well, weren't you the one who was going against SFT soteriology? Like, what else would you be? In fact, this is what you're arguing with in Hebrews 10. You're saying that people can disqualify themselves from Christianity. It's called being a conditionalist. You see the games he's playing. Now he's playing, I'm not really a conditionalist, guys.
You just don't understand Hebrews, I think.
Oh, God. And now he's gaslighting. Here it is. Now, he says it's not about SFT. Do you see how double-minded he is? And how he's actually having... He has these what do you call the photocopies of these comments of SFT. It is about SFT. I was right.
Yes.
Like, we can see right through you, Jesse.
I don't watch SFT. I don't go near SFT. I think...
Yeah, screenshot.
Oh, shit. He said he doesn't watch SFT or go near SFT. We would almost go into a Discord on a nightly basis and sit and talk about SFT. I was there, Jesse. So was experience was even joining in on a couple of them.
He showed screenshots of SMT, and he thinks it has nothing to do with him. Oh man, this is so pathetic. It really is.
His character is rotten. This is the first interaction I had with him. Says I like Orgay, but Jesse Camping is a heretic clown who spits on God's word by calling Adam and Jesus highly evolved primates related to banana plants, and yet can't defend it because he's clueless.
And see, you hold a bias against SOT since then. You have a grudge. You're holding a grudge against SOT. I mean, it's pretty clear you do. And anyone who associates with SOT, you have contempt for. And the same thing that Rob does now. I mean, Rob has shown himself to be a fraud as well. Rob from Central Apologetics, he does the same thing. Because I'm so passive. I'm so sick of the passive-aggressive folk from the old earthers. They claim to not be against young earth creationism. It's non-essential. But then we have Smokey saying that they're going to hell. You're a young earth creationist. It's a salvific doctrine that if you believe in young earth creationism, you're going to hell. We can see it rubbing off on Jesse here.
I was talking with Orgay about geology. That's it. So I don't know where this comes from, but this is just what he spits out. I've never talked on evolution because I don't care.
Well, you care enough to speak about it.
Actually, him and I have actually talked about evolution. No, but him and I have actually talked about evolution. Gavin even asked questions about evolution to Jesse, because do you remember that debate? There was a theistic evolutionist, I forget his name. He was debating against somebody. It was like maybe 8 or 9 months ago. He was a theistic evolutionist, and I even talked to Jesse about evolution, and so did Gavin. And we were going through the horizontal and the types of evolution, and so he does care. And Jesse got into detail. So that's a lie right there.
Right. All right, continuing on.
And then this stuff just goes on and on and on.
Poor Jesse, he really gets the brunt of all this, guys. You know what we should do is send him a basket of flowers and some chocolates out there in Canada. We have his address now, might as well do that. And say, you're such a burden, man, Jesse. Like, all these people on YouTube, they just come against you, and you're such a victim. Poor you, Jesse. We're going to give you a popsicle. We're going to give you a popsicle to cool down.
Now he'll probably accuse you, Praise, of trying to send him flowers.
I hope he does. I really do. Just to show what a clown he really is.
I don't care, Praise. It's just his kid.
I don't care, Praise. Good night. Good night, everyone.
I'm just
like it's on a deathbed.
I've never heard this come out. I mean, like, this is insane.
And now it is about SMTs, clearly.
It is. I knew it.
Exposed himself on that, so there really is jealousy on SMT. So, is it because SMT makes super chats, or what is it, Jesse? What is it against SMT? Was he right about soteriology? And it's like spiritual abortion or something? Is that what you're against? Is it his expressions and his sayings that make you mad? Makes me wonder.
Character that I don't like. And many others have mentioned the same thing. I do think this is a stumbling block for new believers and for non-believers.
Poor Jesse Camping believes strawberries and whales are related. And he holds a grudge over that. Like, dude, get a thicker skin. I've had plenty of people tell me, well, you believe in the gap theory at one time? You actually believe that there was angels? And I take it. Like, dude. I mean, what's the maturity? You're supposed to be 60 years old or whatever the hell your age is.
I'm sorry, I can't, because he's still holding on to this.
He's so passive-aggressive.
Hidden behind it is scientism. If you really have a good look at it, it is scientism.
Scientism? Is he claiming yogurt creationism as scientism? That's a new one. That's a good. I mean, I'll have to mention that to SMT. Hey, SMT, you follow scientism, buddy.
But what I see of you, Praise, is I said in my video you could go lower, and you are.
And you are. My expectations of you was so high.
Well, he already made it clear how he feels about you on the Basement Dweller videos, on Kenny's videos, on all the other those atrocious things that Jesse says. But see, he's doing that because he knows that not everybody's going to see his little comments, right? So nobody gets to see what he actually is doing. So he's this sick, feeble man now that has cancer, and Praise, Sparrow, and myself are now being so mean, and we're picking on this man, that poor man that has cancer. But yet he won't show the shit that he has said and the shit that he has done, and he keeps doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. I mean, he's the Energizer Bunny, and it's so disgusting. He's obsessed with whatever somebody says, something about him, he becomes obsessed. And he's obsessed with you, Praise, and he's obsessed with you, Sparrow, and with you. And, well, yeah, but I mean, because
I need a sad guru. Yeah, sad guru lady. There you go. Wow, Guru, look what Dave just said about you. Are you like the guru whore of Babylon or something?
It's disgusting.
So you won. You get the cup. I just want you to stop. That was the only...
Oh, wow.
I just want you to stop. He's made even another video after this.
I mean, it's... Okay. That's, I mean, he sits behind a keyboard and sits back, and now, whenever he came in the room, he was talking about his kidneys, and then you just said, is he trying to say that he might have cancer? Boom! A light bulb went off in his head, and he said there was no testing going to be done until September, and then the next couple of days, he had cancer, full-blown cancer or whatever, and that didn't even match up. Like, Jesse, I mean, go back and look.
The reason I did that video was...
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
So you stop. Against my better judgment, but I thought if I... And you know what? It took me all day.
He ruminated all day about whether he's going to put a video out. And he's supposed to have cancer, and he's supposed to have, problems with family and stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
It's a game.
Who ponders, for people that have all these problems going on, health-wise and their family, like who thinks and ponders for the whole day if they're going to put a video out on YouTube? That's weird. That's just so weird and cringy.
It's dramatics.
It is. It's all dramatics. People, like, you guys can't... I mean, I hope trying to appeal to the apes out there that just you ever see monkeys that are trying to like learn something and like sometimes it's hard for them. It's like, well, of course, because they have smaller brains, but it takes a lot. It does take a lot of help and education to get a monkey to lift an apple or something. So the monkeys that go on, Jesse's channel, you guys can't see the vain dramatics and all this. This is all vain. This is bullshit.
No, because all they see is in here is him bitching and moaning and playing the victim.
Oh, Bruce is here. We want Bruce to come in.
Yeah, I need Bruce to come in. We're gonna
we need you, Bruce, actually, but we're not even into the second video yet. This is how much stuff has happened, but I mean, I don't know how long Bruce is going to be on. I don't know.
Hi, Bruce. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I pray for Kevin. Yeah, he's, hope everything's alright with him. He's been a bright light because I like how he stands for God's word. That's a good thing.
Exactly, guys.
Knock that stuff out. But I guess it doesn't hold in Adobe. Goodbye, praise.
We're not even in the video yet of his other video he just put out today.
He says goodbye.
And goodbye, Olive, and goodbye, Sparrow.
Yeah, it is right, Bruce, that anybody would really need you. You can't even admit that Jesus Christ is resurrected from the dead. I personally wouldn't give tuppence for your presence.
Like, before all good, so that was just, he's just replaying the video. Oh, wait a minute, he makes claims here. Oh, we better watch it, so hold on. I thought that he was just playing, but I guess not. Of course not, he has to add his 2 cents in here. Let's see what he says. All this crap, between sides and, all these little, back and forth. August 19, 2022. And, I like Jesse. I do. I mean, I still do. I think he either is ticked, to be against us, or I don't even know why he's really, what his issue against us is.
Yeah, you definitely don't like that.
The theme of tonight's show is you're either with us or against us. And we're making that loud and clear. Yeah, we'll get the 2 scum bums out of the way, Gavin and Jesse. So what I've been noticing is Olive has quite a few. I'm going to show a couple screenshots here of the undermining and subversion, or attempt to subvert me and Olive in our attempts to expose Kenny and Smokey Saint. You know what? And then we've been hearing from other people, leave them alone and just let them know. Hey, if they could screw off and fly off to the farthest continent away from us, that would be a blessing for us. It really would. I wish they would piss off somewhere else besides YouTube. But they don't leave us alone. They have to poke and soak the flames. They love doing it. What's up, Eddie? Good to see you. Bruce the first 6s. Oh, no, that's not Eddie. That's Eddie. That's XO. What's up, XO?
Hey, Eddie, hey, Sal.
No, it's not Eddie. It's XO, yeah.
Is that Ellen, Sal, and Linda? Nice to see you guys.
God bless everyone.
We don't like them. We do not. We despise them. I despise them. I'm gonna say it today. My name is Jesse Camping. A hooser. You're a hooser. Hooser. Shut your stupid mouth, Jesse. You're an idiot. Right. So, like, he doesn't even give the background context of these clips.
What's going on with
that?
that?
Had to do with Smokey Satan when he was going through his.
That if Jesse or whoever is such a minnow, that you wouldn't even give the time of day for them.
Time where he was going to be. What was it in court? He was officially charged with pedophilia. So we have these two idiots, Gavin and Jesse, defending him. And we're saying, dude, like, you're either with us or against us. We're not going to pander to Smokey Saint. We're just not going to do it. Especially considering his conduct in a lot of these interactions on YouTube against females. He would call them bovines and all sorts of different names, whores from hell, even Wild Eden. Actually, I'm glad Bruce is in there, because Bruce is part of all this. Or at least I don't think, well, he put Bruce in the middle of it. So, of course, Bruce, for some reason, like, Bruce it's like, why is he, like, always the common denominator between him and Ryan? It's like him and some other people. I don't know. I think this Bruce is a victim in all this. Maybe because he's a nice guy, probably. But it's unfortunate, really. You were just educated. Someone that you claim to be an educator with computers and code, you just got educated by some guy in Oklahoma. Major version of the hypertext markup language, HTML, is full of holes, Jesse! Right? And, he tries to virtue signal, like, oh, because I know this or that. He really didn't really dispel anything that I said. With your phone was hacked, Sparrow, and, like, you have evidence of that. Just like my account was hacked. So if my YouTube account can get hacked, the phone can get hacked.
And yes, it definitely, and straight to the hacker. And and Gavin was telling me get rid of it. Well, you're gonna call the police department and tell them to get rid of it? Bingo, bongo.
Stop lying or get educated. Dum-dum. Shut your stupid mouth, Jesse. You're an idiot. You were just educated. Someone that you claim to be an educator with computers and code, you just got educated by some guy in Oklahoma. So this person, this says here, Richard Dawson, from, I don't know, however, okay, typically not. However, if you're serious about learning penetration testing, there's a lot of bad language to know the HTML and CSS code website can actually blah, 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 that's what someone else says. You were just educated. Someone that you claim to be an educator with computers and code, you just got educated by some guy in Oklahoma. Why is he playing it twice? It's weird. Yeah, what is your point you're trying to make? At least type something on the screen, Jesse. My gosh.
I guess because he's an idiot, and he's not in that. Like, I guess you're being like so super duper evil here. Like how dare you say this to Mr. Jesse Campion? Like,
how dare I speak loud like that? He did it every stream he did, and not even one peep out of Jesse Camping. That's not a double standard and hypocritical or hypocrisy. I don't know what is.
Jim Jones, and you look at what happened to that lot with the Kool-Aid and, all the people that were killed. The power of being brainwashed is powerful,
Where's the outrage against Smokey Saint, Jesse Camping? No, it's just about us. Yeah, okay, yeah.
If they perfected it and know how to do it, yeah. True that. And a lot of it happened because I felt sorry for the fella. And, I gave him more of a chance than I should have given him, and he took advantage of it. But isn't that the case with all narcissists? We have to I recommend there's videos out there to check into narcissism. It's, on YouTube, it's really prevalent with it at the moment as well.
Is Jace in the middle of this now too?
Well, it is because Jesse said that Sparrow and I were talking to Jace about Jesse camping over the age of the Earth. And never. Jace doesn't even know what camping is. Right. He doesn't even remember the call. He conjured this up in his mind and just made it up. Yeah. And Jace was like, what?
Ridiculous. This is a bunch of shenanigans, tomfoolery, malarkey, drivel, stupidity, idiocy, paranoia. Yeah.
YouTube is a prime spot for this narcissism to really
we even posted in this stream where I was just doing random research on I swear, I didn't even look this up. It was on a random research, and I pulled up an actual hacker telling us how to do it with the software. On a phone! Like, how else can you get more explicit, Jesse? Where do you get off saying this stuff? It's true, it does happen. We gave evidence that does happen. Like Sparrow, he's saying you're lying. Do you understand how disrespectful that is?
Right. Yeah, I mean...
Kind of misogynistic. Right. To me, to against females, he has against you, kind of shows misogyny too. And against Cheryl, it all resembles Smokey Saint. Yes. It all resembles him. He despised women. He actually, I think, had a grudge against women, just like, he has a grudge against us, but it is sad at this point. Get your head out of your arse, eh? You dumb Canadian!
Crazy, I mean, people can get on you.
And see, what he's not doing is showing his own comments of him trying to incite drama and, denigrating us, smearing us. He doesn't show his own evil deeds and his misdeeds that he's done. Of course not. You see how he's presenting himself as the VICTIM? Yeah.
There he is honest.
Yes.
YouTube, and they can be narcissists until their heart's content.
How many comments, how many nasty comments have you seen from Jesse Camping, Olive?
Oh my gosh, it was so much. And him and Gavin too. It's ridiculous. I had to stop looking at them. They were on a daily basis because of the basement dwellers and the Kennys.
Yeah.
And Bob boot the door and the attacks that even he would do. And they all found it so funny, and it's just horrible things. But yet, as soon as you fight back, how dare you do this to me?
Oh my gosh, they're just horrible human beings because they responded back to me.
That's abusers. Those are abusers.
They are abusers. They are mental abuse. They are, and really do. They really do fit the criteria. I hate doing this because I did with Darth, and I know it can be wrong, but of a narcissist.
Well, yeah, that's abuse.
Right, but I got out of that arena because it was kind of a thing that, Tom Rabbit, did you see that video Tom Rabbit put out?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't think that I'm going to ever get involved in any discussions around psychology anymore. I just don't think I will.
No accountability. Nope. And you can even take people's credit cards and do what you want with them and stuff like that, yeah. Yes, I'm not sure. You were talking about money being taken. I mean, how could they do that? I mean, do you not have PIN numbers over in the US?
totally the jackass right now. A total jackass. Mm-hmm. All right, so eat it, Jesse. You're a fool. You make yourself a fool. Shut your stupid mouth, Jesse. You're an idiot. You were just educated. Someone that you claim to be an educated. Oh, look how bad praise is. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't
put up what he says and what all he is. That's the thing. This is insane what he's doing. They're not, none of these people are here understand what he has done.
Right.
So, we could throw it all out there.
Of him being unstable and being
and just put it all out there.
He came in here, he's trying, this is what we're saying, he tries to show this narrative or something, or this caricature of me, oh, look at Praise, he's just going off course here, he's just not right, he's mentally not right. Well, really? Are you going to go there, Jesse, considering that video you did 2 weeks ago? Kind of came out there, buddy. With computers and code. You just got educated by some guy in Oklahoma. Here it is, the victim again. Here, the passive aggressive. I was trying to help, Sparrow. You haven't proven anything with your stream since you don't understand what you were reading. This is sad, Praise.
He was trying to help Sparrow. Was he trying to help Sparrow when he was laughing and mocking her while this was being done? Was he trying? Oh my gosh. Here's Boot the Door. Oh yeah, of course.
There's the other misogynist. We have Jesse, Bob, and Smokey.
Yeah, Bob's
what company that is? Bob the murderer too. Do you know Bob's a murderer?
Yeah. And then he calls us Catholics whenever he's all into the Catholic stuff. He talks about it. They're all the same. They want to lie to and accuse. They want to belittle and they want to mock. But as soon as a person speaks out and fights back, how evil of them.
How bad! They just crumble into pieces. It's like a Dracula with when the morning sun comes out, you ever see the Dracula melt? It's like they melt whenever you come back at them.
There you go. Hello, Magdalene. It was mad she came in.
So you can't text on a phone? That's not even possible. You can't send text files. I know. See how he mischaracterizes and purposely misrepresents what I said? I said text files, Jesse. Get your head out of your arse, eh? Do you guys see what I said? Text files. He can even catch his own air there. And I just think he's just shooting himself in the foot even more. Then he misrepresents me. So you can't text on a phone. What a dumbass. That's stupid. That's not even, that is cocking-mamie. It really is. You're despicable, Jesse. You're a despicable person. I'm going to go to this next one. Now, here's the big one. So, now he's, boy, praise forever. He's here again today. Here's his new video. Let's see his newest video. They make up accusations about us lately. That, Sparrow in here, there's he sure found time for this one, didn't he? I mean, Jesse Camping, the one that we really are sick of him and wish he would disappear away from us. But he made an accusation that Sparrow plotted a video against his mother of masturbating. And he flat out had no receipts, no evidence. Now this is where it gets funny, guys.
Yeah.
Get him. Well, we're about to get him right now, Redeem. Good to see you, brother. I've seen you. I haven't seen you much around too lately because, we've had health issues. We've had, things going on with debates. Like, it's been so up in the air. But it's good to see you, man. God bless. And also, Mac. Good to see Mac. But yeah, we're gonna give a lesson on logic here. We've tried to educate Jesse in the past, and he really hasn't received or edification, correction. He doesn't receive correction really well. So I don't think this will receive correction either. I don't think he'll receive correction here, but maybe he'll be pleasantly surprised. Who knows? He conspired this in his head. It was all in his head, and he didn't apologize or nothing. So it's kind of the after effects of all that. And I told him, for someone who supposedly has cancer, he supposedly has prostate cancer. And I told him, to me that you're a hypochondriac because people with cancer, they have more honor than what you do. Who in their right... When have you ever heard someone with cancer ever do the things like I just said? What I just said about accusing people of attacking a mother that's 80-some years old of masturbating.
That's a sick thing. Like, come out of nowhere at me and have nothing. I don't even know him, and I never even wanted to know him because I've seen. When I first was exposed to him on Discord, how he was.
Yeah,
never had anything. Conversations with him.
So he attacked you. He personally. Yeah.
He came in and came at me and screaming. I mean, like saying that I talked to my mother about masturbating. Like, what the hell? And basically trying to and saying, pulls the video up about. Show it. We're trying. I was totally, my mother, it means so much to me, and she will be coming home Monday, and that's a big blessing because she is such a wonderful, loving Christian woman, and she's been through a whole lot of broken hip, and she's been through so much. And if she even knew somebody even said something like that, that is just insane. Like I can't even tell her something like that.
Who can even make something up like that?
He has heart problems, and then I get accused of making basically of the video of he says pull the video up and let's show the double standard. Like, I made this video. I mean, what? Who does that? Jesse, who does something like that? Why would you do that? Why would you do something like that?
I can imagine something like that.
I have never done nothing to you. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I even told you when you came in, just, screaming and yelling, I told you, I'm going to pray for you. And then, and then you just kept going on and getting more and then you got disgusted over your own mother having to clean, and the way you said it, that just disturbed me. That was very disturbing to me, because like I said earlier, if my mother pooped on herself and had to go, and it went to the bathroom, I am going to do everything I can to help her. I'm not going to be screaming about like it was disgusting this thing that he had to do, and that's on a line of kind of a mental abuse thing. I mean, talking about his mother like that, I don't understand that. If you're taking care of your mother and you're talking and you're coming into a YouTube video making accusations about someone that takes care of their mother, and I take good care of my mother, and if she did that, I would never, ever even talk about that, number one, where everybody could even know. I mean, that's just a personal thing. And that's, my mother, this means so much. That's just, you don't go on YouTube and say stuff about your mother, number one. And then the way you said it was just so disturbing. I don't understand it. It was so very vile, and you could hear it. It was vile, it was disgusting, and it was just something that I'm just really worried about this him with his mother. I mean, if he's taking care of her like that, and that way he feels about what he had to do, that's what worries me, is his mother, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a sick fantasy to even... I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. Like, you have to have a sick imagination to even make that up. Okay, let's listen in. So here's his supposed evidence, and he tries to go back to a stream that was in 19 or 20? Over a year ago, that, basically... I don't know the exact time. I think it was, because I had that thing here. It was a long time ago, gospel. But I'll have to find the exact time frame. But it was no way in relation to anything that was said about Basement Dweller. I put Basement Dweller's face on there. You're going to see his error in logic here. He drops the ball, and he fails in logic and reasoning. But here it is. You can say he tries to draw some type of conspiracy or conclusion here that, you'll see here.
Just the way you told me, Mr. Yard, just push the X.
Okay.
Love you guys. God bless you, and hope this is helpful.
Much love, man.
And good night, one way, and take care, and much love.
And just remember that so here's the video he's trying to draw a connection to. This video was over a year and a half later. And look, do you see the icon on the screen? Is that Jesse camping? No. That's Basement Dweller. And somehow he conspired in his head, like conspiracy theories, tinfoil hat, how this comment that was made over a year and a half ago is somehow making you talking about your mother masturbating or something. And it's just so vile and disgusting. I mean, I wouldn't put past it that he watches kitty porn. Like, why not? This is what goes through their heads. This type of imagination that runs through their head.
That's the guess.
Yep.
I call my accountability partner.
It was a joke on Basement Dweller because, he tries to demean people, he tries to make fun of people, but he's the one who, is the Basement Dweller. He's the one that is masturbating, causing his mother right in the middle of where he's calling his counsel for masturbating, his mother calls him. It was a joke. I didn't even make this video. I didn't put the guy back there. I just put the icon over the guy. I even have the original clip.
Hi, Neil. I jerked off again. Mom? Is that you? Oh, no.
camping that Jesse, they're basically twin brothers. Yeah, with their character. I mean, they are twin brothers, or they are like
get out.
Right.
And do these things like this.
They're not identical. They're not identical twins, but even identical twins, they don't have the same thoughts, the same problems, the same genes. They don't have the same mental, the same cognitive processes. They think differently. They have different wants and likes. And he's trying to, do you see how he's trying to squeeze this out? Like he's saying basement dweller and him are identical people.
Right.
Even if, what I said is they are basically twins, What did I even say here? I want to hear what I said again.
Jesse Camping.
Jesse Camping, they're basically twin brothers. Twin brothers. Now, even a twin brother does not have the same mental states, brain states as the other one. They have different likes, wants, preferences. You can't even make that. It would have to be a doppelganger. I never call them a doppelganger. I said they're like. The word like is simile. Like, he doesn't even understand. He's supposed to understand, like, figures of speech, simile. And he's such a cretin. You are a cretin, Jesse. A mentally deranged cretin. You falsely accused and slandered a wonderful woman in Christ, Sparrow. You disgusting wretch. And you still don't even apologize. You are reprehensible.
Sorry about that. I had to call.
So, because that comment that they are like twin brothers, that he means that they are exactly identically the same. Therefore, when I said to Basement Dweller that he's jerking off, that's like saying Jesse's jerking off. Do you see how stupid that is?
There was another video though. Remember the spider crawling in the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. I said that was like Jesse before. Okay. I was like that. I mean, in another video. I'm here to say that I said that. Okay. But I was saying like. That's the way he stays it out and tries to make everybody else. He puts things out to make like the video he's just put out. Okay, he's putting out things, but he's not showing exactly everything that he has said and done. So that is what So for him to even come at me like that, and was. Like, it was just gross. It was very vile.
It's vile.
It was vile. A Christian man is doing this. That is so
perverted. He's a pervert.
Yes, a perverted mind.
So this is what we call fallacious reasoning, Jesse. It's called a non sequitur, also known as derailment. That does not follow. Irrelevant reason, invalid inference, non-support, argument by scenario, form of false premise, form of questionable premise, form of. A description. So here's a description of a non sequitur. When the conclusion does not follow the premises, in more informal reasoning, it can be when what is presented as evidence or reason is irrelevant or adds very little support to the conclusion. You committed a non sequitur. Yahoozer, despicable, vile, disgusting man. You should be ashamed of yourself, of your pornographic imagery of other people, your slander. You have no shame, no couth, absolutely nothing that is justifiable of showing any class or credence of showing anything of the Holy Spirit. That's just my discernment. But you should be ashamed of yourself. It's a non sequitur, Jesse. And you still push the same narrative over and over and over. You don't even apologize. No remorse, no contrition. You are the public. The YouTube also ran with Gavin Hurley woman. I put it on the screen right here, Dave. I have it on the screen. Look and read it for yourself. I'll put it nice and big for you. There you go. Non sequitur. Here's the logical form. I like this. Claim A is made. Evidence presented for claim A. Therefore, claim C is true. For him, it's claim C. Example. People generally like to walk on the beach. Beaches have sand. Therefore, having sand floor. This is hilarious. Therefore, having sand floors in homes would be a great idea. It doesn't follow. There's nothing that is consistent there. It's completely irrelevant. You dumb retard.
Hey, Chris, I have a question for you. I had to step away in the video of Jesse's when he was showing Basement Dweller. Did he show himself on how he spoke to Sparrow? Did he show that bit?
No, he did, but we're going to show it right now because I have to watch it.
Excellent.
So since he doesn't like to show the receipts like Gavin showed the receipts.
Right. We don't show why we want to be left alone, and it just keeps continuing. I don't understand.
So he's either too slow or dumb, which he claims he's an educator, by the way. That's what he told us, that he's an educator in some fashion or capacity. But yet he bluntly does a non sequitur like this. Oh my gosh! What? What a pathetic wretch. Okay, I want to finish out what he has, and then we're going to go into the receipts. Do you see how they don't follow? Like, even if I said that he's like twin brothers, does that mean that my video about Basement Dweller applies to Jesse equally? No! It's a non sequitur! You troll! That was a perfect substitute. I love it. Great job, Spare. I love it. What a troll. Okay, let me just play it one more time so you can see his line of reasoning and how fallacious it really is.
Push the way you came in the StreamYard, just push the X.
Years old of masturbating.
Push the way you came in the StreamYard, just push the X. Okay. Love you guys. God bless you, and hope this is helpful.
Much love, man.
And good night, one way, and take care, and much love.
And just remember that
I relapsed again. Got it.
So, I was making fun of Basement Dweller. Even his name itself, like, he fits that criteria of a real basement dweller. I think he's telling everyone, look, I'm a basement dweller. I'm a low-life scumbag. And what I do is try to disparage others and try to belittle others because I'm such a low-life loser myself. This is what goes on with Rob Court. Rob Court does not equal Jesse Camping.
Oh, my accountability partner. Hi, Neil. I jerked off again. Mom? Is that you?
So did you hear what he says, Mom? He took that one clip over a year ago and tried to connect them. Do you believe this? Do you believe the mind, this little mind of Jesse?
Oh, no. Jesse Camping.
Jesse Camping, they're basically twin brothers. They're twin brothers, therefore I'm talking about your mother. Or that's what Jimmy says about you, Sparrow. I mean, I'm the one that said it. It wasn't even you. It was me that said it. And he's thinking it's about you. What is going on in Jesse Camping's stupid psychology? What an odious piece of crap. You should be ashamed of yourself, Jesse, seriously. You have disparaged and slandered an innocent woman, and you have absolutely no class.
Myself.
Well, actually, all is going to tell you here. So we're going to open up Brewster, but we have to show the clips, the receipts here of him.
Yeah.
Since he doesn't like to show what he does, we're going to do it for him. Yeah, it's always about him. Never about anyone else. Get the fuck off YouTube, Jesse. Stop jerking us around. Fuck off. For once and for all, do it. Why don't you be a man of your word and do it? F off.
You can take your word for anything, Praise. Your word is worthless. Your word is shit. You can't be trusted. You're not consistent. You do keep flip-flopping. It's not possible to be your friend. You cannot be relied upon for anything.
Get out of Dodge! Piss off!
Piss off, you.
We don't like you! Leave us the F alone! My gosh, what does it have to take for these people? Here we go. Here's the receipts.
I don't know. Maybe it's yeah. Yeah.
So let me just.
What happened? How far I keep watching? Did I miss something?
Are you talking?
Crap, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought
we're watching a video. I'm so sorry. I thought
we were watching a video.
I'm sorry. I said to Wayne back, and you guys were laughing. I'm like, I don't know what's funny. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that's my fault. Hold on. I thought we were actually watching the video of Jesse going unhinged and, you know, being an unstable idiot. But hold on, let me find it again. Whoops. It's on the same screen, too. That's what makes it even more weird. It's the exact same background. You guys see that? I have a different picture, though, so that's good. Well, we break barriers tonight. Might as well show it.
Anyway, Robin Soundboy. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh.
Here's a something reveal. Whenever we're looking at this, it still looks like a freaking. He's the missing link, alright. My gosh.
That's when I think you just put all the videos out. You know,
Yeah. I probably might put them on private because I just don't.
Yeah, but,
the memories of it is kind of like ruined memories. It's so. Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't even have
Only boxes of tissues for your multiple issues. Special handling cream for your real business. And lastly, tear-free shampoo to cater for your mild bitter hygiene.
It's Gavin No Pants! That was excellent. So we could just go with that one, or you want to do 2 more times?
Can we do it a couple of more times?
Yeah. Go ahead when you're ready. It's the missing link! There's the missing link! I'm an evolutionary believer now. That is the new Neanderthal. That is one hairy ape, if I've ever seen one.
Okay. Now listen, we have boxes and boxes of tissues for your multiple issues, plus special hemorrhoid cream for your real fire budgetness, and to top it off, we have tear-free shampoo to cater for your beach. I beg your pardon, Frank.
Okay, guess who's in the stream now? So remember, we're the ones who's out of control. We're the ones who are unsound, unsightly, unhinged, unreasonable. Well, here we go. We'll get to find out who really is here.
Try again.
Yeah, go ahead when you're ready. It's good to sing, man. Hey, Jesse, how's it going? Welcome.
What are you doing reviewing my video? I'm here to just see if you have double standards or not.
Double standards. You put accusations out there. Were you involving us? No.
Why did you play that video? Why not?
Yeah.
Why did you get it? How did you get it? Oh, this one came up on your feed, but none of the others did, eh?
No, they didn't, eh?
I made comments about Sparrow and I. Why?
Hey, Sparrow. Sparrow, how's the masturbating going?
Isn't that disgusting? That is so
sick. Oh my gosh.
That's vile.
Play that again, just so everybody can answer. How is just came right at me.
And do you know how he came up with that conclusion? Of a saying I said that, basement dweller is basically the twin brother of Jesse. He took that statement so far to say this. So let's hear it. Let's listen. Let's see his conclusion, his reasoning here. Jesse, no wonder you are a theistic evolutionist. You have no rationalizing power at all.
This is simply
logic.
I have
logic.
A challenge for Jesse. I challenge you when you do the response playing your violin. I challenge you to play your own words here for everybody to hear what you said to Sparrow. I challenge you, buddy. I challenge you. Okay.
After something that's not even related, and you tried to connect them. That is despicable. You are a despicable person. Now we know what we're dealing with. Jesse is not a player. I think he's a fake, a fraud, a charlatan. I don't even think
that's creepy.
He's a creep, yeah.
I mean, to ask me something like that.
He's a fake.
Let's take it to a different level.
Let's hear it again. Following us. No.
Why did you play that video?
Let me go back. Hold on. This did the thing, man. Hey, Jesse, how's it going? Welcome.
What are you doing reviewing my video? I'm here to just see if you have double standards or not.
You put accusations out there. Were you involving us? No. Is he the double standard police?
The video was about you, Praise, and how dare you review it? How dare you? Do you see the lunacy here, Praise? The video is literally about you, and he's like, how dare you review my video?
About
This is abuse!
You see the passive aggressive? Like, he's such a... I'm telling you, man, like, these type of people... I'm missing wonder now because their own communities have probably ousted him anyway. Because he's such a freaking, crazy lunatic in his own community that he's probably been ousted. I'm just saying, like, it makes sense that the community just would not like someone like this.
Why did you play that video?
Why not?
Yeah, why did you get it? How did you get it? Oh, this one came up on your feed, but none of the others did, eh?
Then why do you make comments about Sparrow and I? Why?
Hey, Sparrow. Hey, Sparrow, how's the masturbating going?
Wow. Let me play that again.
It's so sick and disturbing to me. Like, that is so creepy. And so, what is in his mind? Is he thinking it's something? Oh, gosh. And you don't get an apology? Oh, my gosh.
No, he's never. He will. I'll eat my words if he ever does apologize. If he ever does apologize to Sparrow, I'll eat my words. But I'll say he never does. No way. He has too much self-righteous pride to do that.
Hey, Sparrow. Hey, Sparrow, how's the masturbating going?
Then why do you make comments about Sparrow and I? Why?
Hey, Sparrow. Hey, Sparrow, how's the masturbating going?
This is so... Then why do you make comments about Sparrow and I? Why?
Hey, Sparrow. Hey, Sparrow, how's the masturbating going?
You know, I'm thinking he is a sicko because... let me tell you why. Because you remember when Smokey's saying when he was exposed, when he was finally brought to the public that he was a fake, a fraud himself, and how he was basically, going to be shot down. Like, his whole YouTube career went in flames right there. But do you remember the show the day after Rob exposed him, remember in the court, that you guys actually put your cameras on? You guys remember you showed your faces and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, he's a sicko. He got off on that. So I think, and this is really what's going on, is that those videos of you showing your camera view, and he's like getting off when he says, "Hey, Sparrow, do you remember, masturbating?" Like, he's in his head. He's visioning you masturbating.
That might be true because, now listen to this, Sparrow. Do you remember, it was Gavin or somebody else, but I believe that it was Gavin, but I'm not 100% sure, that said that we deserve to get gang raped. Yes. There you go.
Gavin Hurleyman said that gang raped.
It was somebody a part of that clan, and it was said on Bob's channel when he was doing his stream. Now, I know Dave said something along those lines too, that about SFT's daughters when he was mad. But it was on.
Oh, that was Dave, yeah.
No,
He's
but I'm not
Huffing and Heffing.
But this was on Boot the Doors, and it was in the live thing, and somebody said, I believe that it was Gavin, but I'm not 100, I can't fully remember that, but a person said that Sparrow and I deserve to get gay raped.
Well, I don't know what to say. You guys should have told me this because I had no idea.
Like, let me do a search. I might have the screenshot. Let me do a search.
Greeny says I was intentionally perverse to provoke and attempt ridicule. Yeah. This is Smokey saying, this is who the people, his followers, you can see now, they're deranged mindset, very deranged people. See, you know, like, the fruit of Smokey saying, wow, impressive.
On.
Excuse me? What?
Yeah, just didn't you phone your mom about the masturbating?
Masturbating?
Isn't that so sickening? It's like, it's so revolting, disgusting, how a man would, bring his perverse imaginations into like this type of conversation online. Like, it's so disgusting. It's so vile.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Sick pervert.
You guys seen it right away, so you guys knew it. This is what I'm telling you guys. He's a pervert.
Am I?
Where is that from?
Sparrow.
I'm the one that played the video, you dumb shit.
Why backup? She had what? But you know what? God is.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, share it. I want to see it.
You played the basement dweller video and you guys all laughed about it.
It was funny because it represents his character as a real basement dweller. He is a basement dweller. Who brought you to this, Jesse, you stupid retard? See, you always think it's against you. You. There's other people out there. Do you care about Jesse? You disgusting reprobate.
And she says, Jesse camping. And you guys all laughed. All three of you. I think this is fucking funny.
It's all about him. You see how it's all marinating and festering in his stupid mind? Not only is he a pervert, he tries to play the passive-aggressive victim. What a little bitch.
Look at yours. Look at yours. You don't want me to say this. You don't want me to say this, but you...
No. You are not going to come in here and lie about Sparrow and her mom in a perverse...
I don't care how good a brother you are. If I see you in this side chat, you will be blocked, and you will be blocked permanently. I do not care who you are. I've had enough of these disgusting pigs on Praise I Am's channel, including Praise I Am. Bye, dummies.
My mother is in a rehabilitation home. You are a sick piece of shit. It is fair.
Olive called it. Olive has the right. She pegged him. I mean, look at Olive. She is hitting home runs here. She knew this a long time ago.
You don't want me to say this, but you...
No. You are not going to come in here and lie about Sparrow and her mom in a perversion way. My mother is in a rehabilitation home.
You are a sick piece of shit. It is fair game for you to go and sit and talk about everybody else, but it's...
Man, all of his, she has a fire under her ass, I'm telling you, it's pretty cool.
See somebody they your damn lies about my money?
You guys, every night, you guys, look at you.
No, he's a piece of shit. I'm not gonna have still lies.
He's a vile piece of shit.
And he is one of the how it is in a rehabilitation home. Talking about my mother like that?
Well, I want to hear Jesse. Do you see how I'm being the peacemaker still back in this time? Well, I was trying to help him out. I'm even going against the grain with you guys. That's how pathetic. Sometimes I go out of my way sometimes and I pay the price. I really do. I pay the price when I go out of my way to help others. I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. Like, Jesus went on the way for others. It kind of reminds me of Vincent Panizzo. I guess Panizzo, he goes out of his way to help others, and he pays the price for it. He really does. What, Jesse? What are we showing? We're showing clips of you people disparaging yourself.
Listen, you guys made a big joke about jacking off me, and
you, like, get over yourself. What a lowlife.
You use my name. Okay, you do this.
Talking about Jesse
Sparrow.
Seriously. Oh, okay, Sparrow.
Sparrow
never did.
Sparrow, when have you even, talked?
No, I mean, I don't even, this is just...
About Jesse, you've never talked about it.
Never.
Is this another, comedic, is this someone trying to make fun of this? We're not the ones making fun of you, Jesse. It's just that people like histological, prostate cancer kind of stops the masturbation.
No, it doesn't. You know what? Cancer does not give somebody a carte blanche card to go and do these vile things and say, oh, that is okay. I want you to show me where in the Word of God, where Christ says, thou can go and talk about this stuff as long as you have cancer, and that is okay. That part is okay. No, God is not a respecter of persons or words we are held accountable to, whether we have an illness or not an illness. Nobody gets a special violin card because they have cancer. Nobody gets a special card because they have cancer. Get that through your school. It doesn't work that way.
And but isn't there follow-ups? We don't even really know until this. He says there's another follow-up till they officially diagnose him with cancer. It looks like he has the signs of cancer, but that doesn't mean he actually has it either.
Right. And for this person to come in here and think that excuses the way that Jesse spoke to a woman on live chat and embarrass her in such manner, in such a perversionized way, all because about himself, a grown-ass man, that is okay. Who proclaims Christ, all that is okay because he has cancer. That is retardation.
Yeah, it's so antithetical to anything that anyone does. Like, he's off on... He's a vile piece of crap. So, I think that fits his character profile, but we'll continue on.
Yes, you did. That you are jacking off?
Do you have receipts to this, Jesse?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Please, by all means, provide it. And he does not have receipts. He has non sequiturs that he conjured up in his stupid, tiny mind and tried to connect something that was never there, and he still hasn't even apologized, which means that he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I think you pretty much shown what kind of character you are, Jesse. Thank you. I could never do such a thing. I mean, You're a gift that keeps on giving, man.
5 hours slagging Darth Dawkins off. Then you got an interview by Tom Rabbit. You should have been suspicious straight away because you know he's an atheist. You know what he's like. Within 2 minutes, I knew where it was going, or at least I had a reasonable discernment, and I wasn't wrong. Unfortunately. But you followed along with it and you kept answering these questions. All you had to do is say, I've got nothing further to say, I regret what I said, or blah, blah, you know. But no, what you did, you just carried on. Wow. Honestly, please. Seriously. The atheists are laughing at you. The atheists are laughing at you.
And thank you.
Look at Kenny, the holy headman in the sky, wishing death, praying death and harm upon people. Where the hell was the outrage on that? Jesse was fine with that one.
Yeah. That's the double standard, yeah. If you're in his little clique, it's okay. As long as you're part of Team Smokey, you're good to go. But once you're not Team Smokey and you associate with SFT, you get this. This, folks.
If you ever played a video, and if I ever said anything that is basement drawer or something like that, I always say that you are in the basement.
Isn't it so sad how they throw people, like innocent people, in the middle of all this? Like, they don't care. Anyone that gets in their way, they'll just throw in there, like, meat. Like, you're just meat to Jesse and his little scheme.
I would love to answer this question, yes. And the stream that we were reviewing was a stream where we were being falsely accused by Mr. Jesse Camping by saying that we were making fun of him for him having cancer when we didn't even know. Yes. So why don't you go talk to Jesse Camping about him making his videos and his constant comments and his constant pokings? Why don't you all go sit his little ass down and support him in his cancer and say, hey, dude, this isn't good for your health. And be a brother in Christ and say, why don't you try to work on getting better instead of worrying about Praise, Olive, and Sparrow on YouTube? Do you know how stupid that really sounds?
I'm going to be consistent about this because I've had enough, really. I'm sick of the whinging and the weeping, right? As I said earlier, whoever comments on here from now on will be blocked. Hopefully, not that I'm white knighting for Jesse. I don't know I don't know the whole in and outs between Praise and Jesse Camping, right? But if he does comment in the side chat on here, he will be blocked, and I will not change my mind on it. On anybody who turns up, even Bill.
And so what if Sparrow did say that he was jacking off? He's a grown-ass man. He should... is he the fucking Prince of Egypt? Is he royalty? Who gives a shit?
The world revolves around Jesse. He's a Marissa dick.
Come on, Praise. Like, did you, have you were dying when Smokey said he wanted to torture you in hell, and your name was on a gravestone, and Kenny was doing imprecatory prayers against you and my family?
Right. Yeah, he doesn't care, like I said.
Did he fall on the ground? This is retard. We have, that's the riddle. Jesse is royalty. He's going to take the throne. He's actually going to take the throne of Queen Elizabeth. That's his throne.
Right, but it's team sports, though. If you're on Team Smoke, you're okay. And this is Cheryl makes a great point. It is ironic. Smokey was...
Why does he always come out with that? I'm not on anybody's team. I was never on Smokey's team. You were a big part of that praise. You got bribes from him. I said $200, which you admitted to in Kenny's live stream. And yeah, I mentioned it to Jay Patrick. He said, no, it was $300. So do you know what I'm assuming? You have had at least 2 separate bribes from Smokey, one of $200 and one of $300. And I can only assume, and it is an assumption, right, that you've had other bribes from Smokey. Now that's between you and him. You made it public, so that's why I mention it. I don't really care particularly, but it does illustrate a point. In other words, your hypocrisy. Now, I'm not holier than thou or any of that stuff. I'm not stupid enough to think that. Olive and Sparrow are liars. Now, that caused them offence. They were a tad angry. They weren't happy at being called that. I apologise to them for the offence in the sense of it hurt their feelings or something, which it wasn't my intention, but I wasn't going to let it go. Let me assure you now, I do not and will not and never will apologise for calling Olive and Sparrow liars, because that is precisely what they are. I will die first before I will apologise for calling them liars. It is what it is, that's it.
Wild to people, and also wanted to grind your face in the concrete, and Jesse never said a peep. Yeah.
Exactly. Spot on,
it's team sports. Yeah, he doesn't care about, being a Christian. Yeah.
He said that you never come out of your basement. And I might have said Jesse camping, but I never would say nothing like that. And you don't ever accuse my mother of saying anything to my mother.
Well, that's what the video says. That's what the video says.
No, that's what your stupid puny mind thought of the video. Stop putting us in your stupid narcissistic understanding, Jesse.
You see, he turned it around from what he said in the beginning, and then he had to turn it around and put my mother with me. I mean, that is even more sicker to me. This is...
See, Bob is another Smokeyite. Yeah, it just figures.
No, and he's another hypocrite. He's another one that is constantly mocking you praise on videos that are being done about you. He's going to come up here and say this shit. Are they retarded? Do they have a mental health problem? Do they not know what they do and say?
Yeah, I mean,
they don't care. Team sports. They don't care about following Jesus or the Bible. It's their little clique. It's team sports.
Yeah, let me pull it up. In fact, I have a screenshot, Boki. Let me pull it up. I would love, this would make my damn day. It's kind of like when Jay said what he said, and then he swallowed a turkey, okay? See, people, they think it's all cute to go run their mouth, and then when they get caught, they swallow a damn turkey. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Hey, Boki.
Don't be a pussy. Just a pussy,
Okay, here we go. Praise,
I'm loving that clip right now. Isn't that awesome? Hey, Boki.
Don't be a pussy. Just a pussy,
I just love that one. Oh. Hey, Boki, don't be a pussy. I'll play more until you. Do you have the receipts or all of them?
Yes, I'm getting them. I have a lot to get, and they're going up. I'm going to show Mr. Saint Ronan
And that's what. And then tonight, just a minute.
That is horrible. No.
Can I speak?
You don't run this show.
Hold on, guys. You guys open a room. You tell all your followers. That you open this room, and you're gonna make up for everything. And you come at us now after 5 months later. And you have my email, Jesse. You could have got in contact with me. Why didn't you do that before you came on my stream and rampaged on there like a total, classless, disgusting, vile clown? No, yeah, this guy has no class at all. Absolutely none. Have I not shown respect to you, Bogey? I went on your stream and I was being cordial and we had amicable conversations. So don't put that on me because I went on my way to show you I wasn't out to, come against you. So someone needs a wrench. Who needs a wrench? Oh, is it the gated one? So the gated one needs a wrench. Hold on. Or who needs a wrench? I'm not sure, but I'll just keep playing.
Everything,
and then you don't let anybody speak, and then you kick, then you shut the room down. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, does even Bogey have a wrench? And we're the villains here, Vokey? Hold on, let me just Vokey.
No, say Ronan had a wrench. He's saying to take away his wrench.
Okay.
So now, so here it is. So Olive is literally emasculating you pray. So here comes the deflection.
There it is. Guess who said that? Smokey said that. Yeah.
But he knows what I'm about to show. So this is the deflection. Okay, it's deflecting. Because Shorty got caught.
You got exposed, Bokey. Now you're a clown. You just showed me you're a clown. You're a Smokey bot. You worship a man. That's terrible. Stop worshiping Smokey. He's a vile piece of shit.
Don't be a pussy. Just a pussy, you know?
Yeah, stop being a pussy. I just said, stop being a pussy, Bogey. You know what? I'm going to start muting people if you guys let me plug in both sides. Both sides need to bring it down a notch so we can talk. The only reason to talk is, am I being generous here to Jesse? Look, this is how I'm trying to be a peacemaker here. Where's Jesse ever played Peacemaker or Gavin Hurleyman? Or Hurleywoman? Or Gavin Hitlerman? Never. Never. You got to not remember the rules of people. No, go ahead, Jesse.
The only reason I said that is to see the double standards. Okay, that's it. That's what I said when I first came in here. That's it.
Say that about my mother, though? Come on.
He has no remorse. He's not going to apologize for that because that would bruise his ego. If he doesn't even, whatever ego there is, it's probably disgusting, probably through pornography and stuff.
That's what the video says, okay? That's what the video says.
What if this got out to your work, Jesse? What if this got out there to your profession? You claimed, he's told me, come on, praise, you can't do this because of my job, and I have job security. Look what you're doing to yourself, you clown. What if this, you don't think we have your address and name and stuff? We could get a hold of your job force really quick. Just like a snap. You hear that? Like a snap. Leave us the fuck alone, Jesse.
about your mother.
That's what the video says. Play the basement dweller video.
Okay, so where is that at?
You've got it. You play the basement dweller jacking off video.
You know, if we send this to his job force, bye-bye, Jesse. Just like Kenny, bye-bye. See ya. Bon voyage. And we're not the ones who dox them either. And that's the funny thing about it all. You're literally at our fingertips, Jesse. We hold your future as far as your stupid-ass job is concerned. Which you were the one who said that, come on, Praise, you can't do this to me because of my job. What a farce. What a farce.
Play it.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know you're talking.
Let's see what it says.
Okay.
Exactly. Let's speak about double standards.
No, let's just, we need to stop the vitriol, guys, because if you follow Christ, there needs to be, I'm seeing you both, there has to be some form. Yeah, I'm playing the peacemaker with this clown, even after he disparaged and made vile comments to you, Sparrow. You know, I apologize. I'm being demasculated by Jesse. It wasn't you demasculating me. It was him demasculating me because I tried to be the peacemaker. I actually should have stood up for you. I really did. I'm seeing how disgusting this really was.
Okay, Praise. You're my brother. Yeah, Praise. I know your heart. I know.
So, this is really disgusting. Just like a snap, Jesse. Just try to make a nice snap noise. I can't even do it. I have like slick fingers right now. Just like that. Boom. Fired.
You guys, you know, here's what you do. You do a disparaging stream on Jesse Camping for a whole hour, but you leave me blocked. I can't get in here. I can't. Yeah, you just sit there and call me a jackass narcissist.
Stop, guys. It's okay. Just talk it out. I mean, why would we protect Jesse in his job? What is it here? Don't be doxing. What are we doxing? His antics, his misogyny?
And Jesse doxed himself. Yeah.
His vile, disgusting statements? Why would we protect him? Boy, Jesse committed Harry Carey. He did. He committed Harry Carey. He doesn't even know what he did. He doesn't even know the ramifications of what he did. He's under our thumb.
Why can't I tell you? Why can't I say Jesse Camping is a jackass HTML guy and you do an hour stream on me?
If you beg, I might not tell your job force, Jesse. If you beg,
guys, and you block me.
You owe Sparrow an apology talking to a woman.
I'm blocked on your channel now.
You better apologize to Sparrow. You better apologize.
I'm blocked on your channel. You guys unblocked.
You know what's funny is he literally in the same breath says he blocked you guys. This guy really, I'm telling you. If I knew, I'm just saying, if I lived out there, I would beat his face in. I really would, because of the disparaging comments to Sparrow and some of these other things. I really would have. He would have got his ass beat in the street style. He really would have. But he lives in Canada.
I have blocked him, Praise. I have blocked him. But I
I watched your debate tonight, and there's other people saying you're blocked on this channel too, and she's.
Let me ask you a question, Jesse. Do you think your job force would appreciate this? Do you think they would?
Telling them to go suck a popsicle.
I said eat a popsicle because it cools a person down.
Okay, now I know.
No. It started with Jamie because when Jamie was mad, I told Jamie to go eat a popsicle and calm down because, you know.
Eat a popsicle, Jesse. Cool down, you perv.
They're cold. So I told the guy the mental approach to go eat a popsicle so he can cool down. So why are you applying that in a perversion I said?
You guys do it too. I mean, we gotta stop the pointing fingers, you guys. Look at me playing the peacemaker. I'm the one being demasculated by Jesse. Funny how you mentioned that, Boki. Funny how you mentioned that.
No, but you need to apologize to Sparrow.
I know, but you guys are guilty too. Like,
I'm not saying I'm not.
So we have P. Mars number 2, Bob. Look at Bob. He's starting to come apart at the seams now, Bob. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, here's one of them. I found one of them. They're hard to find.
Bob. I actually have compassion on Bob now. I think he really, okay. So maybe it makes me feel better. Maybe he's not all there either.
Thank you.
Bob.
Okay, I found one of them. They're actually not hard to, because I don't just go sit. So here's one of them, and same with what's the takeaway. So hold on. I gotta delete this stuff.
I'm gonna make a clip, and I'm gonna be deciding for the good if Jesse's job force needs to hear this. We have his number, his phone number, address. That's all we need. So I'm gonna be, mulching that over my head coming up. Someone like this needs to be reprimanded. They really should. And has no remorse. He has no remorse at all.
So here's just one of them.
Okay.
I don't go around.
Yeah, I was thinking make it bigger, but let me think there's a way to do it. So can you...
Yeah, I can read. It's really small. What's the takeaway said, I'm pretty sure Praise will just blame Smokey next. After all, Praise was pure as the driven snow until Smokey came along. And being the mirror that he was, Praise couldn't comprehend his own image being reflected back on him. And then Boki said, Smokey did say, I'm a mirror, and he was right. And then Kenny said, touche. So that's just one of the many comments that they go off and they laugh about you, Praise, behind your back. And then they come around you and they expect you to be nice to them because you're a good person. But they love the deflection that Sparrow and I are taking over, that we have your balls on a platter, and all this and that. All that is just deflection.
You can't trust internet people, I know. That's a good point to think on. Yeah. I've even sent computers, phones. I sent phones to a guy named Ryan the Presbyterian. I sent a computer to Gavin, a guy named Gavin. We all know who he is, a clown. The king of also-rans. He's the king of also-ran. I mean, I tried to show love to people. I really have. I tried to show love and respect. I've not been perfect. I mean, there's times where I think maybe I've been, with Darth, I think I've been too critical, trying to come down on him a little too hard, maybe. And maybe some others, too. I mean, because I don't even like doing that no more. I don't want to be critical of others. But I've went out of my way for a lot of people on the internet. And this is what we get in paid back. It's sickening. It truly is. And this is not going to end, but I will end it, Jesse. I will end it. Do not. You better tread carefully. You better tread carefully.
Yeah, because it's slander, false accusation. I am guilty. Praise.
You gotta stop the bitterness. I'm telling you guys, it needs.
You heard me say we need before the end of the video. I said we need to pray.
So Boki's saying you're making shit up, ad hoc reasoning. You basically eisegeted my words. You know what? Have it your way. Praise is where you can trust that people.
God fucking God! And come on! And that's just one of the things that he does. And so he's going. So are you a victim now? So Boki can't even be a man enough to own up to the shit that he says. Right. Unbelievable. I don't understand these. I really don't. That's just a little kid right there. He don't know what he's talking about. I mean, he's just trying to. Remember, he's on the monkey's wing, and that's what So. In fact, why doesn't tell Kenny to stop making his videos on Craig? Yeah. Why are all these white knighters? Yeah. Why don't they tell them to be a Christian and stop it? You're right. But they don't. Always still a victim. I want Boki, I want What's the Takeaway, I want Dave, I want them all to go over to Kenny's and to Jesse's and to Basement Dweller and tell them to stop it, be a Christian. Where's the fellowship? Where's the learning?
Well, I make an ultimatum right now. If Jesse does not stop, I'm going to his job. And I'm going to show him this clip. I will personally get him reprimanded.
Like you're no, it's gaming. That's part of his
deflection. And all this and that. It's so bad.
I'm your opponent here. That's part of his gaming, He can't separate.
It better be loud and clear. What I mean by that, loud and clear. And then he said, I'm going to put a double ultimatum on this too, with Basement Dweller. If he, even as far as makes a video about me, Olive, I will go to Jesse's advisor in his job, the one who's his boss, or whoever's the head of Jesse, and I will present this evidence to him. So there's the ultimatums. If you care about Jesse, Basement Dweller, then you will stop. I have the evidence. I have his address. I know where he works. Jesse is where he gets paid. He supposedly educates people.
Seriously, think about this. He is threatening to cause someone to lose the job, or at least get the ball rolling, if they don't stop saying stuff about him. When he has plenty of times, and he can't really deny it. Anybody who knows Praise His channel for the last 2 years or so knows what he's like. He's blackmailing Jess Camping. Well, let me tell you, I've reported it twice for 2 different things. Harassment, bullying, blackmail. That's it.
And if he's doing this, he should not be doing it because he's incompetent and with women and stuff. He probably interacts with women and females all the time. So I'm putting it out there. You better stop.
And leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
Leave my name out of your mouth. That's your perverted mouth.
Or we're going to go to the employer of Jesse Camping, to you, Rob Court, and it's going to be on your head. That's that. I mean, that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That is what will happen. We're not playing around anymore. I will come at you. Period.
I said we need to pray for Jesse. Did I not say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. And I was praying. I didn't even know this happened to you, Jesse, with this cancer thing till the night. I swear, that is honest to God's truth. Yes, it is a direct threat, and it's to me it's a justified threat because of his vile comments to women. He should be reprimanded. I mean, by any means, you think anyone else?
You see how they're taking up for him and not even and just excluding what he'd said to me.
I will go to his employer. I will share the video.
And just excluding.
Yeah.
Like if you're a man and you got a mother or a wife or whatever, and that's and someone come in there, come on, think about it. What would you do?
And yes, I'm putting you in this two-basement dweller. We'll see what you do. Someone better get the message to him that he better not do it because Jesse will lose his job, or probably at least. I don't know who would keep someone like that. This is damning. This is damning evidence. Stop your bullshit or the hammer's coming down. I don't even know, I'm trying to decide if it should, regardless of anything, because what if he treats women like this? And other females?
What does he say about his mom?
You better stop. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
That is not appropriate for Jesse to come in here and ask her how the masturbation goes. I'm not pointing fingers.
Stop. Why is it? No, I came in here to check your double standards. That's what I came in here.
Talking to a woman and asking her about her masturbating and then involving her mom? Who's asking
Play the video. Play this video.
I'll play the video, all right, Jesse. I will play the video to your employer.
Play this video. Okay. See what it's...
You must be away right now. But there it is. I'm putting the link out. I thought I heard a cat.
That's mine.
She's purring.
Oh, baby.
I pinned the link. Yeah, people can come on in. I just hear that cat.
I never. He wants attention. Okay.
Wow, where did that one come from?
Isn't that beautiful? It turned out great.
Gosh, who is that?
Beautiful. I love it. It turned out great.
Cat purry dudes. Yeah, this is who Jesse's attacking. Isn't it disgusting, people? Not sure where Olive went, but...
No, it turned out so beautiful.
Let's stop talking about the outside of the cup. I wouldn't say that she's ugly, but I would definitely say that the inside is ugly. A dirty cup is a dirty cup. It needs cleaning out.
There's juice.
What's going on with this guy? the silence is deafening right now. You got some good comments there. So Cheryl's saying your hair turned out stunning. Yeah, it is.
It turned out so
nice hair.
good, so pretty. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we have to be careful about these pictures, too.
Right, yes.
You already know.
And all of a sudden, they're fact. You just don't know who's looking.
People will provoke you until they bring out your ugly side. Then play victim when you go